Allowing yourself to land back into your seat. Shifting your weight or position in any way to make sure you're comfortable and settled. Making sure you're nice and warm or have something to hand in case you get a bit cool. Just bringing your awareness back to your breath. You don't need to change it in any way. Just follow it for the next few moments. Follow the inhalation, the exhalation, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. The gentle rise and fall of your heart. The gentle opening and contracting of the ribs. Maybe even feeling it deeper into your diaphragm and belly. A beautiful ebb and flow of your breath. That steady, constant rhythm in our lives. And it just calls you now into deeper connection with thyself. Asks you to meet yourself now in reverence and devotion. That doesn't have to look a certain way. It's not some image of piety or properness or prayerfulness even. It's more of an opening, an openness and a softness. Kind of opens the doors to your being. And your being this sanctuary space. Not something that you have to hide from, not something that you have to run from, not something that you have to silence or repress. This beautiful grail, this beautiful body and being that which you are, is asking us all, asking you to see yourself through the eyes of beauty, through the eyes of awe and reverence. Calling you to take off the masks, the filters, the dimmers and diluters of your radiant self. Can you imagine beholding yourself now as if you were the most miraculous thing you've ever seen? Maybe you know this feeling already from witnessing your child or a loved one through those eyes of deepest, deepest love. Can you witness yourself now Can you behold yourself now as that through those glasses of love, through the eyes of the divine? Through the eyes of Source that created you as this vessel, as this instrument and being of immaculate intelligence. And it's more than okay if there's resistance or reluctance or avoidance to see yourself in such a beautiful way. But if there is no resistance, giving yourself full permission to turn the dial up on your beauty, on your radiance, on your divine essence. We're in this sanctuary space that is your temple, your inner chapel, your home. There is no requirements for being here. There is no transactions needed. Innately, you just belong here. Every single cell, every atom, every molecule, every bone, every strand of hair, every single inch of you belongs here and is honored here and is wholly loved here. And if the stories or experience of your life to date contradicts that truth, deepen into that sense and wellspring of Source within you that knows this to be true, that knows this to be an ultimate truth, a uncontradictable truth. And let the breath carry that truth now throughout your body. Breathing in that light of Source, that light of divinity, that light of love. Breathing it into your heart. Breathing it into your lungs. Breathing it into the shoulders and the back of the heart too. This breath of life always flows within you. Breathing it up through the throat, the neck, up the spine, into your crown, your third eye, your face, your brain, glands and mass, your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, your teeth, your tongue. Breathe in that beautiful light of life, the essence of life and creation, into all parts of your being. Breathing it down through the arms, into the hands and the fingers, and the fingertips. Dropping the shoulders, relaxing the back when you breathe that beautiful breath of life into your stomach and into your abdomen, your organs, your digestive system, all the way down to your beloved womb space and pelvic bowl. Breathing life back into all these places and spaces within you. Maybe spaces that are carrying tension or tightness, friction or numbness. Giving permission for that breath of life to gently meet those spaces now, those parts of you now. Allowing that river of breath to flow down the hips and legs, down through the knees, down through the shins and the calves into the ankles, into the feet and the toes, all the way to the tips of the toes. Feel this graceful, gentle, loving river of breath moving through your whole body and being now. Every cell dancing in union. Every cell breathing in coherence. Every cell communing with one another. Maybe even perceiving your whole body breathing as one whole and holy system. Maybe feeling that gentle pulsation rippling out to the edge of your physical body and skin, maybe even beyond. As you merge your breath and merge your connection with the physical, and your whole auric field now through the subtle layers and subtle bodies. For this holy breath of life is always calling us to make space, to take up space, to fully inhabit this body, this being, this grail, this vessel that which we are. So for the next few moments, can you breathe in and fill up all those spaces? allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be heard, witnessed by yourself. You do not need anyone's validation or confirmation. Your presence is your power and your medicine. Fully inhabit your being now. You do not lack anything. You do not need anything. Nothing needs to be fixed or changed or done before you can inhabit your being. There is no need to wait. Here we practice fully embodying our whole self. Here we practice embodying our holy self. Here we meet ourselves in the field of one and oneness. You might be surprised to see how big your essence is, how big your being is. This is often the case when we're used to dimming and silencing and making ourselves smaller. Maybe you feel the space and the liberation from what was once contracted and restricted. Maybe you feel the freedom and range of movement and motion here. I often find myself twirling and dancing and merging with the bigger waves of consciousness around me. In just a few moments, we can, with gentle tenderness, allow ourselves, our mind, our body, our heart to reorient as one, to reconvene as one, to reharmonize as one. Our breath is constantly supporting us to do that. So whenever you feel disoriented, lost, or stuck, or stagnant, you can come back here. You can let that river of holy life force energy, that holy breath of life. Carry you back here to this knowing, to this truth, to this full whole self where you are asked and required to inhabit all of what you are and to take up the space that is required, because all of you is needed, all of you is worthy, and all of you is loved. You might like to anchor in the prayer. Beloved one, I am. To be love, I am. To be loved, I am. Placing your hands on your heart. Feeling your heartbeat. Remembering that the heart is enrobed by the lungs, like gentle wings that call the heart, wisdom of the heart to fully expand and soar and guide you in this lifetime. So come back to your heart often. Place your hand on your heart, and for a few moments, all you need to do is breathe. Breathe and be. Breathe and be. Breathe and be. Staying here for another moment or two.